Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Welcome to day 1 of Colourpop eyes. I did a poll on my community tab of a week worth of, and I listed a few brands, and I think there were 10 votes, and Colourpop won out for this round. So I'm going to do eye look using a Colourpop variety of palettes. The main palette that I picked out was I don't know if this is called the Yes Please or the Cute AF palette. I don't know. But it looks like this. It is one of my favorite fall palettes, and we are still deep in the throes of a summer. But this is the one that I picked out, and I grabbed this little quad. This is a Colourpop quad. This is in the shade Chestnuts, About You. So, let me see if any of these shades are the same. No, they're not. Which is good. They look the same. Or they look very similar. Especially on that top row. But either way, this is what we're going with. And I even blindly went into my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow drawer and picked out a Super Shock. So, and it happens to be in the same vein. I don't even know if it's... Oh, it does have some pigment, so that's good. All right. I am going to apply some face makeup, and I will be back, and we will get the eyes started. Alrighty. Base is on. For my lips, I did use the Colourpop Lux Velvet in the shade, hold that thought. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. You know what? I'm just gonna, hopefully it'll focus on that. That's the shade. For foundation, I used the Revlon Candid Glow. For concealer, I used the my Too Faced that I have. For bronzer, I just went in with this little Travel Physicians Formula palette, and it's so I could pick up the bronzer. It's about that size. This is completely broken. It comes completely out, but the pan stays in there, so I'm trying not to tip it over. And I didn't use the blush in that. For blush, I used the NARS Orgasm X, and it looks much more orangey peach. To me, it just kind of fell in line a little bit more than any of some of the other blushes that I have. And I did not apply highlighter. That blush is very glowy. So, and, oh, and I set my face with the Cosmetics CC powder. This is a sheer to full coverage finishing veil. This does have SPF 50 in it, and it is in the shade Light. And it basically looks like this. I actually took my Blendiful. It just happened to be up here. It's the same thing I blended out my concealer with. I just, tapped into this, set my under eyes, and just kind of set the perimeter around my face. Now, let's get to the eyes. My favorite part. I'm going to tap where I had my glasses on. And I sprayed and set everything down with the Ofra makeup fixer. So, let's get this party started. The eye primer that I used today is I think it's the Alter Ego, or did I grab the, no, it was not Alter Ego. It is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic eyeshadow base. It comes with a wand. I don't even think they sell these anymore. It felt like I was using my Urban Decay primer potion, not the one that I always use on camera, but the one in the purple bottle. I use Eden a lot, but anyway, that reminded me of that. So I'm going to go in first with this shade to set everything down. Even though I did powder it, I still like to go in and use a bone color, or color of my skin, to get all over my eyes, so hopefully the shadows would blend. Is that a shimmer shade? No, it's not. It just looks shimmery on my old eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with, I'm going to open this palette as well, because I may, let me go in with, okay, it's a little deeper. Okay, there's not much difference in this one and this one. So I'm going to go into this one first, this shade. And I may deepen it a little bit with that. We'll see. Wow, that is orange. That is very orange. I'm going to do one side on, one side off. Let me wipe the rest of that pigment off, because that is a lot. And I'm going to go in with that shade right there and kind of blend it out a little bit, hopefully. Okay, yeah, so the edges aren't so sharp. Okay, that did perfect. I'll clean that up later. Now, I'm going to get a different brush. And let's pop in this one. Yeah, this one. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why these palettes are like, what, 10 bucks? For 4 shades, when you can get a palette like this for what, 10, 12 bucks? I don't get it. Now, let's go in with, I want to do, let's deepen it a little bit with this shade right here. And then I may pop in a little bit of this one on top. And see. I may not have to use a brown, just depends. Now, this is that other color. I am going to go in with a brown. I'm going to use a different brush for the browns. And I'm going to just go in with that deepest brown right there. And I'm going to build on that a little bit because that seems to be what I see the most. I'm going to go back in with that other brush that I had the oranges on, and I'm going to take that lightest shade again, that shade. I may mix a little bit with this one to blend all of this out a little bit. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. These are a little powdery, but now for shimmer. Let's see. Let's go in with this shimmer. All right, let me wipe this brush off. Okay. And as per usual, I am going to spray my brush. And let's pop this on. My eye is starting to water, which is why it's separating right there, but we're going to cover it up. Which is where my Super Shock is going to really come in handy. Now, I'm going to take this orange, and I'm going to pop that on, and then I'm going to take, actually, I'm not going to take that on. I'm going to take this color and pop it on. And I'm just going to kind of put that through here. And then go in with this kind of burgundy-ish shade. And I'm going to put that on the end here. And hopefully remedy some of this right there where it, just because my eyes were watering, it's separated. Now, I am going to go off camera, do this eye, and I will be right back, and we're going to fix this. All right, I've got this eye done. I didn't mess with this, but normally this is what I wanted this to look like. So now I'm going to attempt to fix this. Because I've already got the rest of my base on. So now what I'm going to do is just take that blending brush, whichever one. This one happens to be the one I was using all the oranges with. And this one was the one that I had blended the brown with. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to put a little bit more brown up there. And I'm just kind of going to tap it. And I'm going to come over here and do the same thing to this eye and cover up that little bit of shimmer that I had put up there. Just very lightly. Now, another remedy when I see that they may look a little different or one may be transferring more than the other, that's where I utilize my Super Shocks. This one happens to be in the shade Shark Attack. And this is, I think it says metallic. Pearlized. Super Shock Shadow Pearlized. So, I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to run my finger across so it's not glittery. And I'm going to take and I'm just going to go over the whole thing. Even on those mats. And to me, it just gives me a more cohesive look. Even though I've used a whole bunch of these shades, my eyes are watering, so they're going to start to break down, as you saw that what was happening with this eye. So in putting the Super Shock up there, it's going to hopefully camouflage when that starts to disintegrate the shadows. And you know, there's no rhyme or reason, or I'm not purposely putting more on one end than the other to cover up any of those different shimmers that I used in the palette. I'm just taking that color of the Super Shock and just kind of running it along my crease, above the hood, you know, just everywhere that I can. And then I'm just using, you can use a Q-tip with some makeup remover on it, and I'll try that. And you do get a little bit more precision by using that. And then I'm just going to take a clean section and go over. And then you can fancy it back up if you need to. So that is me using the Colourpop Yes Please Cute AF palette, whichever it's called. You know, and you can, I'm just going to go back in and just blend over everything. But I didn't want to stop this video because my eye started watering mid-video. Because any of that happens, it's real life, it's unfiltered, you know. So, I hope you enjoyed this first Colourpop. I will try not to do so much in the next one. But I don't think I've actually ever played with this palette on camera before. I think I included it in a collab I did, and which was a 10 of my, or X amount of my favorite fall palettes. And I know this was in it, but I think I did do a look with this. Either way, I did a look now. So, if you would do all the YouTube things, give this video a like, a thumbs up, or a thumbs down. It helps the algorithm, and it helps with engagement. As always, be beautiful, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.